I need you to step aside. We have reason to believe that the employee is in this country illegally.
I'm not stepping anywhere. Where's your warrant?
We don't need a warrant for immigration enforcement. She's coming with us.
The hell you don't. This is private property.
Last chance, old man. Move, or you're getting charged with obstruction.
An ICE agent walks into a small neighborhood store, and within seconds, the entire room goes silent. He walks straight up to the cashier, a young black employee just doing her job, and demands one thing: show me proof of your citizenship. Customers freeze, phones start recording. The cashier looks confused and scared. But just when the situation is about to spiral out of control, the store owner steps forward and says something that stops the agent in his tracks. What happened next turned this ordinary checkout counter into the center of a shocking confrontation. February 12th, 3:17 p.m., Northside Market, Baltimore, Maryland. A quiet weekday afternoon. Security camera footage shows customers moving slowly through the aisles, a mother pushing a stroller, a delivery driver grabbing a soda, the low hum of refrigerators in the background. Behind the counter stands 26-year-old Maya Thompson. Maya works the afternoon shift 5 days a week, always on time, always smiling. Her coworkers say she remembers every regular customer by name. On camera 3, she scans groceries for an elderly man. Bread, milk, eggs. Normal, ordinary, nothing unusual. But at exactly 3:21 p.m., the front door opens and everything changes. A man walks in wearing a dark jacket. No uniform, no badge visible. But the way he moves is different, focused, direct, purposeful. He doesn't browse the aisles. He walks straight to the counter, straight to Maya. And the moment he speaks, the tension begins. I'm with ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The man places one hand on the counter. The store camera captures Maya freezing for just half a second. Customers in line begin to notice. He asks one question: are you a U.S. citizen? The store goes quiet. Maya blinks, confused. She looks around, unsure if this is even real. I'm just working, she says. But the man doesn't move. Instead, he asks again, I need proof of citizenship. Customers start whispering. The camera near the drink cooler captures two teenagers slowly pulling out their phones. Something about the situation feels wrong, very wrong, and Maya can feel it. Her voice shakes slightly. I don't carry documents at work. The agent leans closer. Are you refusing to identify yourself? Now customers are fully watching. The line behind Maya has stopped moving. One man sets his groceries down. Another woman quietly backs away from the counter. The tension in the store thickens. But here's what the ICE agent doesn't realize. There's another camera. Camera 6, mounted above the office door. And inside that office, someone else is watching. The store owner, David Carter. 58 years old, former military, known in the neighborhood for one thing: he doesn't tolerate intimidation. And what he sees on the monitor immediately raises a red flag, because something about the agent's behavior feels off. David pauses the security feed, zooms in, and notices something strange. The man never showed a badge, no credentials, no paperwork, just a claim. I'm with ICE. David stands up and walks out of the office. Back at the counter, the questioning continues. The agent now has his phone out, possibly recording. He asks Maya where she was born. He asks for identification again. Her hands tremble slightly as she grips the register. Customers are now openly filming. The atmosphere inside the store feels like a pressure cooker. And then footsteps approach from behind the counter, slow, heavy, deliberate. David Carter enters the frame. He steps between Maya and the agent, calm, controlled, but firm. Is there a problem here? The man turns. I'm conducting an immigration inquiry. David crosses his arms. In my store? Yes. Do you have a warrant? The question lands like a hammer. The agent hesitates, just for a moment. But that moment doesn't go unnoticed, because several customers catch it on video. The hesitation, the uncertainty. David doesn't raise his voice. He simply repeats the question. Do you have a warrant? Silence. The agent shifts his weight, looks around, suddenly aware that half the store is filming. Finally, he says something unexpected. I don't need one. That statement changes everything. David shakes his head. Yes, you do. Another pause, another hesitation, and that's when the situation begins to unravel, because the man reaches into his jacket and pulls out nothing. No badge, no identification, just a wallet. Inside it, a generic ID card. No federal seal, no department insignia, just a plastic card with a name. That's when David says the words that change the entire story. You're not ICE. The man's expression shifts instantly. Customers murmur. Phones tilt closer. David continues, I've dealt with ICE before. They don't operate like this. The room goes completely silent. The stranger glances toward the door, calculating, thinking, and then he makes a mistake. He tries to leave, quickly, too quickly, but the customers near the exit block his path. Not aggressively, just enough to slow him down. One man speaks, police are on the way. Now the stranger panics. Security footage later shows him pacing near the door, hands shaking, voice raised, claiming everyone is interfering with a federal investigation. But by now, no one believes him. 6 minutes later, police arrive. Body cam footage captures the moment officers enter the store. They speak with David, then Maya, then the man, and within 2 minutes, the truth emerges. He isn't ICE. He never was. His real name is revealed shortly after. Marcus Reed, 34, previously arrested for impersonating a federal officer. But the twist? This wasn't random. Investigators later discover something chilling. Marcus had visited the store before, 3 times, always watching, always observing, always near the counter. Phone records reveal he had searched Maya online, studied her social media, even looked up her home address, which means the confrontation inside the store was planned. But no one knows why, until investigators find something else, a folder on his phone. Inside it, screenshots, videos, and one disturbing note: target employees who appear foreign. That discovery changes the entire investigation, because suddenly this wasn't just impersonation, it was something darker, something deliberate. Police later confirm Marcus had attempted similar confrontations in 2 other businesses, both involving workers he assumed were immigrants, both times claiming to be ICE, both times trying to demand citizenship proof. But this time, he picked the wrong store because of one thing: a store owner watching security cameras. David Carter's decision to step in stopped the situation before it escalated further. But even now, there's one question investigators still ask. Why Maya? Why that day? Why that store? Because one final detail surfaced during the investigation, something that makes the entire story even more unsettling. Marcus Reed had never met Maya before, but according to his search history, he believed she was undocumented. Why? Because of one photograph, a family photo Maya posted months earlier, taken during a cultural festival. Marcus saw the image, made an assumption, and decided to act on it. A single assumption, a false authority, and a plan that nearly spiraled out of control. But thanks to one store owner and a room full of witnesses, the story ended very differently. Still, the final frame of the security footage is the most haunting. The store returns to normal. Customers leave. Lights hum quietly. and Maya goes back to scanning groceries. But now, every time the door opens, she looks up, just a little faster, just in case. Because sometimes the most dangerous person in the room is the one pretending to be someone else.